What is up? What is up, YouTube? Hey, check this out. Check this out, man. This gonna be a 2-for-1 right here. We're gonna do a 2-in-1. Oh my God. Judge in Diddy case confirms Gina is victim 3, hiding from feds. Gina. God dang, Gina. And the lawyer, Gina and her lawyer is oops, my bad, y'all. Uncle Mike done spilled the beans. Y'all don't even have to watch the video. But I got another one for you. Check this out, man. I'm trying to get used to the side view, and I don't like it. I'm gonna have to change this. When we get started, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna put it right here. Anyway, check this out, man. And our part 2 is Diddy's defense make shocking claims, because they both kind of short video. Diddy drops bombshell. So Diddy drops a bombshell. Diddy admits abuse, but blames Cassie too. So we're gonna do these two right here on the bottom, y'all. Put it on the bottom, baby. So y'all hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that bell. Hey, Tisha Tales is gonna break this thing down real quick. Let me put these headphones on, man. I'm about to change them. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy. Here we go.
Got you guys. Come in, sit down, and shut the door. Listen, I just did an amazing live. Go check it out if you need to clean the house or condition your hair. Listen, it's a good one. However, for those of you guys that want the quick 10-minute recap, oh my God, Judge 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 just basically confirmed that Gina Hun is victim 3. And baby, we have the evidence. On top of that, he let us know about producer 1, victim 1, who victim 4 was. Y'all, this is explosive. I want to apologize for Judge 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 for ever doubting him, because baby, you are 2 seconds on Diddy's AI. And baby, we love to see it. Okay, you guys, first of all, Gina Hun is pretty much confirmed to be Dum victim 3. That is literally now saying that they never wanted to testify and they never wanted to do this. This explains why Justin Combs was like, thank you God for saving us. And this explains why Diddy is pushing forward. And this also explains why victim 3 is missing. Diddy probably got her out there floating on the island in the middle of anywhere. The only thing is, Diddy, you didn't. The feds also got private jets, and baby, they can go and pick her up off the beach or wherever she thinks she's chilling. You guys.
Oh my God, wait a minute, y'all. So Gina, I gotta look her up, man. I'm gonna have to look her up, man, because it's too many, too many people. I'm confused. Here we go. So, but what about the lawyer? Man, the lawyer should have been picking up.
Where? The only thing is, Diddy, you didn't. The feds also got private jets, and baby, they can go and pick her up off the beach or wherever she thinks she's chilling. You guys, if you don't know, I went through, Diddy got his butt handed to him in court. There was a motion to suppress evidence, okay? The judge denied the motion. However, in the denial, if you read through it, and I read through it for an hour, he gave us key information. Most importantly, it looks like victim 3 is Gina Hun. Let's get into why we think this is, and let's get into it. And then we'll go into who victim 4 is, victim 3. We already know who victim 1 is, and producer 1. So listen to this. Victim 3. Now this is heavily redacted, okay? But there's still enough information to let us know who it is. We already know that victim 3 is one of Diddy's ex-girlfriends, okay? So it can't be some sneaky link on the side, but listen to this. Victim 3, Diddy argues, this is in the court documents. This is because the judge is saying no, but he's telling Diddy why it's no. Diddy argues that the warrant affidavits, which stated that Diddy did something that was blocked out, redacted, excluded victim 3 because of this. She said that she was blanked and that Diddy blanked. But get this. So when Diddy said that, Diddy was saying this should be tossed out because the warrants were full of lies and admissions. You're saying that I hurt victim 3, but I have proof that victim 3 never really thought I hurt her. And I have proof that victim 3 thinks it was no big deal. And you guys are making her testify, okay? Here's what the judge writes. But And I know what you're saying, Tisa, how does this prove it's Gina? Shh, listen, I'm getting there. But if the affidavits had included all of victim 3's public statements, they would have included a public interview in which victim 3 corroborated Diddy's systematic pattern. Now you guys, listen, and this is an exclusive because I read the documents first. 1, how many of Diddy's ex-girlfriends have given public interviews where they talked about Diddy's abuse? I'll wait. Are you talking about Tasha K's interview with Gina? Because that's what I'm thinking too. Judge Aaron just confirmed that Gina, upon information and belief, let me know if you think I'm wrong, reading this, upon information and belief, Gina is victim number 3. And Diddy saying, but no, you're leaving out, because it was a whole 15-page document. Diddy was saying, no, you're leaving out all the good things. You're pointing when I was mad, but what about when I was in a good mood? And Judge Aaron was saying, even if we believe what victim 3 and all these good statements you're talking about, she gave a public interview. If you want to talk about her statements, let's talk about all of it. She gave a public interview where she recounted your vicious abuse. As far as I know, that is Gina Hahn. They said even if the affidavits didn't clearly state that Gina still has a soft spot for you, they provide detailed evidence that They said that in another incident, Diddy did this is redacted too. He also did this. This is clearly sufficient to establish that Diddy used force and coercion to get that woman to participate in things that she did not want. Y'all, Gina has been confirmed to be victim 3 pretty much. What do y'all think? Y'all read it right from the judge's papers. Y'all read what he said. Why do you think? Now let's talk about the biggest dummy of all. Gina really thinks by saying she's too far away and she doesn't want to testify, you really think that, do you really believe the feds when the feds say they have no idea where you are? And they've been saying that Diddy's been threatening you, so they've been watching you and having you under surveillance for your own safety. Do you really honestly believe that the feds don't know where you are? Because they do. Do you really honestly believe that Diddy is, let me just say this, and I said it once and I said it twice. Diddy did not care about Gina in the best of times. Gina never, in Diddy's mind, was worthy of ever being his +1 publicly. First you were arguing with Cassie, now you arguing with Young Miami. Victim 3 also was the only one saying, I don't need to use an alias, I'll use my name. Gina always took a backseat to Cassie. And Gina, to be honest, was the first person to tell us about Diddy's ways. But nobody believed her, at least I don't know. I didn't believe her, actually. Let me just be honest. It's not that I didn't believe her. I thought, like, this sounds like it's in a movie. I didn't believe that somebody could be that cruel. So I was waiting for other corroborating, but the media just shushed it up. Don't forget that media never went viral. And I remember when I was going to cover it, people called me and was like, yo, you might want to stay away from that. I'm like, why? They're like, oh, you know, Diddy, I said, okay. But here's the whole point of it, right? Gina also was the first. And Gina's always felt like people said, okay, we don't know what's in Gina's mind, we're just telling you what we heard, Gina might feel differently, that people have said that Gina always felt like she was in Cassie's shadow. And she feels like, once again, Cassie's getting all the love. Don't forget, Gina wanted a record deal. Gina wanted to be a star. Cassie's getting all the love and all this acclaim in her mind. And Gina's like, I'm the one that kicked this off. So Gina wanted to be sitting there talking and being like, I'm not scared and I want you to know it was me. Now people are saying that Diddy somehow may have gotten into Gina's head. Gina is now feeling something that Diddy never gave her, respect. The family, oh my God, thank you. You saved us. You always been a real one, right? Remember how Gina on April 17th posted something talking about Drake crying in Chanel? She would rather cry in Chanel than be happy alone. Remember how she did in the thing put, I'm the secret sauce, letting Diddy know that, see, you're finally getting like, I can save you, I can be this. Again, it's giving Munchausen syndrome, it's giving whatever, if this is what Gina meant, okay? But the fact that magically this witness that was all bad about it last week now has called herself disappearing and they can't even get in touch with her lawyer. And Diddy's team's like, well, are you going to use victim number 3? You really think the feds don't know who she is? You don't think the feds know where she went? You think the feds are going to let you get away with this? The feds are going to make an example out of you. Because if anybody can just say, oh, I don't know, I don't want to go, then there wouldn't be any federal trials.
This is the re-improvement, Lil' Kim. This gonna be, that's what happened to Lil' Kim. Try to stay loyal. Yeah, she end up in jail. This little girl gonna end up in jail.
You get away with this, the feds are going to make an example out of you. Because if anybody can just say, oh, I don't know, I don't want to go, then there wouldn't be any federal trials. The feds are going to make an example out of you. And the fact that Gina thinks, maybe, I don't know what's in her mind, it's my opinion, that a man that never treated her right or respected her or gave a DA double whatever about her in the best of times, now in the worst, you're his ride or die. I hope you got that money up front. And if you got money, I hope it was in an unmarked account. I do also hope you better pray the feds. They watch everything. And I truly do believe that the feds know exactly where Gina is. And I think they know exactly why Gina's not testifying. And I think they might actually bring her in last minute, still make her testify, and then play the recordings of however Diddy's people may have gotten to her. You guys, there is so much going on and so much underfoot, but Judge Aaron in court documents confirmed that victim number 3 is Gina, and Diddy did flip Gina. But the thing is, Gina, they still have your past statements, and even then, Gina, if it is Gina, right? Let me just talk to whoever victim number 3 is. I think it's Gina based off what the judge said. Diddy is vicious. And even if you do come in, he's going to jail for life. You think he give a damn if you go to jail too? And not only that, do you honestly think that that man with that temper, that anger, and that lack of respect and love and loyalty to you, once he saw that you gave statements that helped authorize the search warrant, you think that when this blows over, you ain't gonna have to pay for this? Do you honestly think when this blows over, you will not have to pay for what you did to him?
Facts.
Baby, think about what he did for less. Go re-watch your Tasha K interview so you can refresh your memory on who you're actually dealing with. Y'all, this is an also mess. They also mentioned, Judge Aaron mentions producer 1 who was behind the affidavit. That was Rodney Jones, given off of what, based upon information and belief of these documents, it was Rodney Jones, and Diddy tried to say, oh, but his claims have been true to be false. And the judge was like, you say that, but he said that you had a drug mule and you said this and that. And then they arrested somebody that looked like they were your rug mule. So it was good enough. We also know that victim 1, it looks like it is Cassie. Victim 2, that's a little up in the air. There is an assistant one that's has flipped and testifying on Diddy. I think it might be KK. Could be Capricorn Clark. I do think it might be KK because KK connects the current, right?
Yeah, I think it's KK also because KK is not locked up in jail. Ain't there's no paperwork on her or nothing. She is keeping it quiet, baby. She keeping it quiet.
Has flipped and testifying on Diddy. I think it might be KK. Could be Capricorn Clark. I do think it might be KK because KK connects the current, right? On top of that, victim number 2, that actually could be one of the assistants too. They make mention of a butler. That could be Farnsworth Bentley. Wasn't that Diddy's butler back then? And also whatever. So victim 2 could be whoever. Victim 4 looks like it is Bana. Bana is the woman that Diddy hung over the balcony for Cassie. They said victim 4's allegations were corroborated by phone records, and that on the day Diddy's associates, including producer number 3, who I think may be Stevie J, but I don't know, allegedly tried to silence her after the assault. I do believe that Bana said that they tried to silence her after the assault. You guys, listen. If you want the full legal breakdown, go ahead and watch the live. That was your little 10-minute refresher. Baby, Gina, you better stop playing with those feds because Diddy don't care if you right into it. And let me tell you something. None of the kids care about you. Nobody in that situation appears to care about you. And if they do, what type of love is that when they are still like, are you serious? Girl. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.
All right, y'all. Basically, the way she's Tasha is figuring out who's who because the victim 1, 2, or whoever the heck.
Got you guys.
Yeah, just confirms that Gina is victim 3 because all the stuff that the judge said in the affidavit or the paperwork. I'm just gonna say paperwork. I ain't gonna act like I know. I know what time it is, right? But all the stuff that she was saying.
Hey, what?
Oops, my bad. God dang it! I was gonna try to go back to yeah. This it right here. Let me pull it up. Yeah, let me pull it up. But all the stuff that it's written lines up with what that person did or didn't do. Period. You know, so that's on all of them. And some of the information wasn't deep enough. The judge didn't go deep enough to prove that this is Lil Rod. That was a given. Everybody knew that producer number 1 is Lil Rod. That's a given. Like everybody knows that victim number 1 is Cassie. Everybody knows that because you can tell they talk about the text messages, all that type of stuff. So that's how she lined up who is who. But I know one thing when she says Stevie J. I mean, I don't know too much about Stevie J, and I think Stevie J and the guy that was part owner supposed to be was the vice president of Def Jam, Bad Boy Entertainment. For some reason, he is he's not doing a lot of interviews, and I think he never got his percentage back. I think he's going to be called to the stand, and the feds got him on lock. And KK, you can tell the way. I don't know a lot about the KK situation because she ain't doing no interviews or anything, but the way Tisha Tales was actually talking about the KK girl, that was Diddy's right hand lady, and what the judge was saying relates to the KK girl, you know. So it had to be KK or somebody else, but everything's sliding 100%, not 100%, but you know, 90%, 99.9%. You know how we do towards the KK. But anyway. Check this out, man. Listen, Diddy drops bombshell. Diddy admits a B on Diddy, but blames Cassie. I mean, Mr. on Cassie. Y'all know what it says, man. Y'all read it. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell.
Diddy trial. We are
Let's
in
check
day
it out,
4.
man.
I guess this is day 4
Day
of
4.
the trial. They are finishing up the jury selection. They have whittled it down by Wednesday. Insane.
Yeah.
This trial is going to be absolutely insane and very interesting to watch. And don't worry, we will be doing some live coverage of this very, very soon. In fact, now Diddy's team is, I'm sorry, they're being dumb. I'm just going to keep it real. They're being dumb because here's the thing. They're sitting here saying, oh yeah, no. He was a monster. But now you got to be real. She was a monster too. So it was completely mutual. He threw blows. She returned with those blows with blows at him too. So it was completely mutual. First off, let me just say this. Keep your doggone hands to yourselves. Okay? Keep your hands to yourselves, please. Just stop it. Be better out there, ladies and germs. Keep your hands to yourselves. But the fact that this is a person that's saying that, the fact that this is his team saying, yeah, we admit he was a crazy man. We admit he put his hands on her. We admit that there was DV, but it was mutual. Stop with the nonsense. I'm sorry, but the defense is finito, in my personal opinion. And then on top of that, later on in this article, you're going to hear that the prosecution's going, oh, you think this was mutual? Oh, we got more stuff for you guys. We come here ready with receipts, and we have no problem bringing them in and submitting them as evidence for this trial. This is insane. So we got to look at this article again, because we already know, by the way, Cassie is the #1 star witness to come forward. Clearly, she is going to be not a Jane Doe anymore. And she is going to give a very scathing testimony. She is going to destroy Diddy. It's going to be a really bad look. But at the same time, it's also how the defense is able to finesse their questioning when they're doing their cross-examination, asking her questions as well. Everybody, for the most part, knows what happened between them, what her lawsuit, that scathing lawsuit was. It's very eye-opening, and it was the thing that started this whole thing that got him locked up and why he's in that courtroom to begin with. So this is going to be very interesting how prosecution and the defense handles her testimony. And
also, that's the lie that Diddy's going with also. Diddy thinks because of Cassie, all this kicked off. That's the lie that Diddy's team and everything going with. And there's very strong proof that before all this, the Cassie stuff kicked off, they was already investigating this dude, Diddy. They was already investigating him. Yeah. So that's
and also, let's be real.
Thing.
The defense has to walk on eggshells around her because they could ask the wrong question that could totally blow up their whole narrative, their whole argument in the first place, and really sway that jury to say that he is absolutely 110% behind bars for a very solid and good reason. But you also got to remember, too, it only takes one juror to sit there and go, I don't think he did all that stuff. I don't think he's guilty of any of these things. It just takes one. Just one, y'all. And then he could be free. It's pretty crazy. But let's take a look at this article. Again, very, very crazy. They're sitting there saying, no, they were going after each other. It was mutual. Totally mutual, as they say, as if this is justified. Let me just say this before we continue. I'm sorry. I'm on one right now. But in the video that we all saw, that unbelievable, disturbing video of him attacking her, that CNN video, and it's important to remember that because that's coming back later in this article. I want you to notice something. Go back and check the video again. And you tell me if she was ever caught on film putting her paws on him. The entire time she's getting thrown around like a doggone rag doll. You tell me if this was mutual DV. At least we haven't seen it on camera. We only see him with his wild eyes in this, even in this photo, doing terrible, terrible things to Cassie. He's caught red-handed, y'all. He was caught red-handed. Let's get into this. Diddy's defense team is leaning in hard that Diddy was actually terrible to Cassie. So they're finally admitting, I'm sorry. Like I said, they're finally admitting that Diddy was an absolute monster to Cassie. But they're also saying Cassie was no angel either because she allegedly got violent with him too. Day 4 of the trial, saw prosecutor Emily Ann Johnson and Diddy's attorney, Mark Ruffalo, Janine Garofalo, having a very interesting exchange with the judge, Sabramian. I can't say his name. I'm sorry. It's hard. In New York City federal court. Okay. So it kicked off with Johnson telling the judge that victim 1, who is clearly Cassie, will not be cross-examined about medical issues, about certain medical issues. And I'm wondering what it is. Maybe he gave her, gave her something, if you get what I'm saying. Maybe she contracted something. I don't know. But that's very interesting about the medical issues.
Gave her a concussion or something. The judge
then said, if prosecutors open the door on the rest of the issues, the defense can walk right through it and cross-examine the witnesses. So in other words, the prosecution better not ask certain questions that they don't want the defense to back up and ask as well. Okay, so if they accidentally start talking about medical issues, as if like a Hail Mary to try to paint Diddy as even more of a monster, the defense can walk up and be like, yeah, so let's talk about those medical issues, sweetheart. That's not good, right? So again, prosecution also has to tread lightly. They most definitely, they can't go in there with a wrecking ball. They got to make sure that they're finite and precise with their questions like a damn surgeon. Anyway, that's when ภิ𝗍𝗓 said the defense is, quote unquote, going to take the position there was mutual violence in their relationship, noting attacking, hitting on both sides. DV. That's what they're saying, right? He added, we are absolutely going to admit to DV. But at what point does it become coercive? Say what? Stop it. Stop it. So the judge wanted to clarify ภิ𝗍𝗓 remarks. Okay, he wanted ภิ𝗍𝗓 to clarify some things, because it's like, wait, what are you talking about? What do you mean? So he's asking whether, quote unquote, you're arguing that they were just violent, that both of them were just violent. ภิ𝗍𝗓 responded, right. We are saying it's relevant. So him chasing her down a hotel, then right in front of elevators, attacking her viciously. Suddenly, all that is because it was a mutual attack. I don't see her throwing bows at all. I don't see her squaring up and being like, okay, it's about to go down. I don't see any of that.
Also, a lot of people keep forgetting there's two different videos. There's another video out there where Puffy had her under like a dark gray. Well, you know what? I'm assuming it's her, because he kept saying, yeah, what you got to say now? What you got to say now? It was a female under that cover, but she never said anything. And I just assumed it was Cassie. So that's bad PR work on me. So, but it's another video out there with, yeah, you ain't got nothing to say now. You don't have nothing to say now, but Puffy showed his face. And he was abusing somebody. It probably wasn't even a female. Could have been a dude under that cover. So, yeah, but it's two videos out here of Puffy doing something he ain't had no business doing to somebody else. Can I rest my case on that part? Yeah, I'm in the courtroom now. You know,
her throwing bows at all. I don't see see her squaring up and being like, okay, it's about to go down. I don't see any of that. I really don't.
Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all seen that video that I'm talking about. Somebody's under a gray blanket, balled up, and he's saying, yeah, you ain't got nothing to say now, do y'all? You ain't got nothing to say while he holding the camera. Then he flipped the camera to himself.
So again, this is going to be very interesting. Video. Johnson said she would, the prosecution, okay, said she would submit a letter to the court on this topic, going on to say that she planned to offer 2 cell phone videos and the corrected CNN footage, y'all, of the infamous video that we all saw in that hotel room where Diddy, that hotel footage where Diddy puts his paws on Cassie. Now, again, 2 cell phone videos showing him being an absolute violent monster. And then, of course, now they're saying the corrected CNN footage, which basically means like no jump cuts, no editing, or anything of that sort. No matter what, they're trying to say that this man it was all one-sided. It was a one-way street when it came to the DV. Now, here's the thing. Whether it was mutual or not, like they were both attacking each other, that remains to be seen. We have yet to see any story of him telling any stories out here of him being attacked. There is no footage out there of him being attacked. We only see photos and videos and red carpet evidence showing her with fat lips and all that stuff. Again, this particular situation clearly is one-sided, in my personal opinion. The fact that his team is fully ready to take full responsibility or to accept and admit that he did those things definitely shows you that the defense ain't got nothing. And then on top of it, the fact that the prosecution has evidence and footage of him actually putting his paws on her, more than just the CNN footage, says that Diddy is screwed, at least when it comes to that part. At least when it comes to putting his paws on her. They're sitting there saying we're willing and ready to admit that he is responsible for some of the DV. That he's like, yep, I take responsibility for that. But he's like, but everything else, moving people around and all that, I didn't do those things. Here's the thing, though. When you got somebody who's been out here doing nothing but lying this entire time, he's been lying to the public for years, y'all, saying one thing and then actually in reality behind closed doors doing something completely different, you know, with what he did to Cassie. And then suddenly that footage comes out and that's when he admits to wrongdoing. What else could he be out here lying about? He could sit here, lie all day long that he's not moving people across state lines, workers across state lines and whatnot. But there's still a good possibility that he actually is doing those things. So again, the fact that they're willing to take responsibility for some of this, it's kind of like a very soft accountability. They're not taking full accountability. They're just taking some of the accountability. Does show to you that there's a possibility that he has been lying about a gang of different things other than just putting his paws on Cassie. But what say you guys?
Oh, we know that. We know he been lying about a lot of things. He been lying about people publishing. He been lying about all the artists. That's why Biggie was trying to lead. Man, if we just stop, he lied about the apology video he put out. Hey, calling the lady his mama, come find out that's his aunt. Man, he lied, took the guy's percentages of Bad Boy, his partner. How you gonna do your partner wrong like that? Took a bat. Well, they said he just had the bat in his hand. Made the dude give back his percentages because he needed it for something, and never gave it back to him. Come on, man. Come on, bruh.
Guys, this is very interesting. We've already heard them trying to throw everything and the kitchen sink into this whole case, into this whole trial, trying to get him out of this situation in any way they can. This man is screwed more than I don't think we even know. This man is in very big trouble. I know that there's a lot of hiccups going on with the prosecution inside the trial right now, especially with that victim number 3, that witness that suddenly just isn't being cooperative and all that. But don't worry, we're going to be talking about all that in a live in just a little bit. So please make sure after you see this video, just to keep a lookout, because I will be going live to give you guys some updates and things that are going on inside the trial right now as we speak. But as far as this goes, what are your thoughts? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. This is absolutely crazy. This is weak sauce, in my personal opinion. Okay? He should just take full accountability for everything, for this.
Most definitely, man. Hey, I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. Diddy drops bombshell. Diddy admits I thought he was on Diddy's side. But he right, though. He right. Diddy is getting on the judge's nerves. Or should I say Diddy team is straight up getting on the judge's nerves. Y'all remember when they was saying they was trying to say that the search warrants was no good. They had illegal search warrants, or they didn't do the search warrant right, or whatever. Oh yeah, the judge tore that up. The judge tore a new one in them about the search warrant. Look, just because in the search warrant it didn't say anything about, I don't know, baby oil, but they found all this baby oil. The search warrant didn't say he got weapons that got the serial number scratched off, so we need a search warrant to go in there and get these weapons. Nah, the search warrant didn't say nothing about the weapon, but there was weapons in there. Y'all got the search warrants just because of what Lil Rod said, which was a lie. Okay, but we got a search warrant and we went in and we found some stuff you ain't had no business having. And they talking about so you supposed to throw all this out. Diddy's lawyer should know better than this stuff. He is the one that's supposed to know law. This is the part that kills me. Where's the person that's supposed to know law? You ain't know. Dude, I would be cussing him out right about now. Everything you going through backfiring because that judge has wrote a long documentation stating that so far everything you talking about, young, is crazy. It's ludicrous. Everybody doing everything by the book except for you. Anything else you gotta say? Because we going on with this trial. Then all of a sudden he try to push the trial back. He asked him over and over again, are you sure y'all gonna be ready? Well, no, we want a speedy trial. We want a speedy trial. So he making them hold fast. I'm trying to tell y'all, he making them hold fast to this because I'm letting you know somebody is sticking it to him. Them liquor people, man, it's sticking it to him, man. I done figured this whole thing out, man. I figured the whole thing out. Trust me when I tell you this. The feds got more than what you think. We still don't know what's on the daggone tapes. We don't know who flipped. We don't know who changed sides. We don't know who they gonna surprise witness, this, that, and the third. The victim number 3 done failed. Yeah, you ain't gotta testify. See you later, bye. We knew you was soft anyway, Gina. Ike and Tina, Gina. Yeah. They already got 3 more people in line. Who else you got? They got 190 celebrities. You got 120 cases out of them 120 people. You don't think the feds pull somebody over and say, look here, let's work. Let's put in some work. Come on, man. Y'all gotta be crazy, man. This boy is going all the way down. He's going all the way down. Yeah, okay. All right. Boy, I can't wait till this verdict drop. Hey, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. They already got bombshells dropping, and the judge already denied a lot of things. Wouldn't even let the boy go to the bathroom, man. Look here, I'm getting up out of here, man. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.